Chapter 27, Way High Up Ball. Eric Fry, Eric Bacon, and Eric Ovens were playing Way High Up Ball. They had made up the game themselves. All you needed were two things: a pink rubber ball, about the size of a tennis ball, and a really tall stool. Eric Ovens threw the ball way high up. It bounced off the stool just above the third-story window. "Three-pointer," called Eric Bacon. They shoved and elbowed each other out of the way as they waited for it to come down. At the last second, Eric Fry jumped and caught it. He got 3 points. Eric Ovens also got 3 points since he was the thrower. Eric Fry threw the ball way high up. It bounced off a window on the 5th floor. "Five-pointer," called Eric Ovens. All three Erics jumped for it. It bounced off their fingertips and hit the ground. The teacher on the 5th story stuck her head out the window. "Hey, what's going on down there?" she shouted. The three Erics looked away and whistled. "There's one more thing about Way High Up Ball I haven't told you. You're not allowed to play it." The Erics had already broken one window. Eric Bacon looked up, surprised. "Are you talking to us?" he asked. "Something just banged against my window," said the teacher. "Was it a bird?" asked Eric Ovens. The teacher stared at the children a moment longer. Then she pulled her head inside. Eric Fry threw the ball way high up. It was a 6-pointer. All three fought for position as they waited for it to come down, but at the last second, a hairy arm reached above them and caught it. The arm belonged to Lewis, the yard teacher. "Can I play?" asked Lewis. His mustache had grown back completely. "Sure," all three Erics said together. "What do I have to do?" asked Lewis. "Just see how high up against the school you can throw it," said Eric Fry. Lewis gripped the ball tightly in his hand. He reached way back, then let it fly. "Wow," the three Erics said together as they watched the ball soar high up into the air. It hit above the 8th-story window. Then Lewis caught his own rebound. 16 points, said Eric Bacon. "Throw it again, Lewis," said Eric Ovens. Now that Lewis was playing, lots of kids from all over the playground came to play too. Lewis threw the ball way high up. It hit above the 11th story, then bounced back over everyone's head. There was a mad scramble for the ball. Bebe finally came up with it. "Give it to Lewis," said Eric Ovens. "No, let Bebe throw it," said Lewis, who always tried to be fair. Bebe threw a 2-pointer. Jason caught the rebound. "You want to throw it, Lewis?" he asked. "No, you go ahead," said Lewis. Jason threw a glopper. A glopper is when the ball goes straight up in the air and comes down without touching the building. Eric Bacon caught it. "Here, Lewis," he said. "No, you throw it," said Lewis. "But you can throw it so much higher," said Eric B. "We want to see how high you can throw it, Lewis," said Leslie. "Come on, Lewis," everyone urged. Lewis shook his head. "The game is for you kids, not for me." "Miss Nogard is watching," said Bebe slyly. Lewis glanced at Miss Nogard, who was standing just outside the front door. "Give me the ball," he said. The kids cheered. Lewis reached way down, almost to the ground, then hurled it up with all his might. The ball reached the 15th floor, halfway up the school. "Wow!" everyone said together. "I got it," called Terence as he circled under the ball, waiting for it to come down. His knees wobbled. The ball bounced off his face. "Cool," he said as blood flowed out of his nose. "That was a world's record, Lewis!" exclaimed Eric Ovens. Lewis smiled proudly. He turned to look at Miss Nogard, but she had already gone inside. "You like Miss Nogard, don't you?" asked Bebe. "She seems like a nice person," said Lewis. "She's pretty, too," said Eric Bacon as he nudged Lewis in the side. "Well, she is kind of cute," Lewis admitted. "Ooh," said Joy. "But do you love her?" asked Jenny. Everyone giggled. Lewis's red face got even redder. "You should ask her out on a date," said Eric Fry. "No, I don't think that's a very good idea," said Lewis. "Why not?" asked Eric Ovens. "I think you two would make a really cute couple." "Bring her flowers," said Dana. "Buy her candy," said Mauricia. tell her she's got eyes like the moon, said Bebe. Eyes like the moon? Asked Louis. Girls love it when you tell them stuff like that, said Bebe. Forget that gushy stuff, said Eric Bacon. Just walk right up to her and say, hey, how about a date? Just like that? Asked Louis. This is what you do, said Terence. You take her to a really scary movie, and then at the scary part, you put her arm around her. Ooh, said Dana and Jenny. No, take her dancing, said Myron, and hold her really close. Ooh, said the three Erics. Louis laughed. You kids are crazy, he said. You're scared of her, aren't you? Asked Eric Bacon. You shouldn't be scared, said Eric Ovens. You're bigger and stronger and faster than anyone on the playground. And you've got the best mustache, too, said Eric Fry. I'm not afraid of her, Louis tried to explain. It's just... He looked up at the very tall school. Miss Snowguard is way high up there, and I'm way low down here. You'll understand someday when you're older. He picked up the ball and threw it way high up. It hit somewhere between the 18th and the 20th story, and never came down. There was no 19th story.